Okay, Nick Dutch here yet again. Today I'm going to draw a rather controversial parallel between creationism and the New Age movement, and I hope the reason for that will come clear as I progress. Now, let's start with creationism. What do creationists do? Well, firstly, they take things which are believed and state them as hard and fast scientific facts. Secondly, they take insufficient evidence to support a hypothesis and regard that as being reliable, solid evidence to support their hypothesis. They also take anecdotal evidence and turn that into supposed laws about the way the world works. They also make claims that reliable results, 100% reliable results, can occur through unlikely means such as prayer. They also seek to prevent or restrict scientific investigation into their various claims. They also explain their theories, in inverted commas, of course, which in ways which are poor in terms of terminology, reasoning, logic, and of course the use of the words. They also suggest that personal experiences point to one singular cause or proof of reality when more than one possible cause actually exists. And finally, they make a claim to be scientific, despite the fact that they do not follow the scientific method, preferring feelings and intuition above hard and fast, detailed, well-reasoned research. Now, all of that is true of creationism without the shadow of a doubt, but there are certain sections of the New Age movement, and I'm saying certain sections here because the New Age will cover things such as the study of body language, self-development, or even doing academic research into Freudian and Jungian psychodynamics. So obviously it's not every single aspect of the New Age movement, but there are some aspects of it which takes things which are believed and state them to be fact, takes insufficient evidence to support a hypothesis and uses that as evidence to support the hypothesis, that takes anecdotal evidence and turns that into supposed laws about the way that the world works or the way the hidden world works, or makes claims that reliable results can occur through unlikely means such as superstitious magic, or seeks to prevent or restrict scientific investigation into their claims. There are some people who do that, yes. Explains their, in inverted commas, theories in ways which are poor in terms of terminology, reasoning, and of course logic and the way that they use their words, and suggests that personal experiences point to one singular cause or proof of reality when more than one possibility exists, and also makes claims to be scientific despite the fact that they do actually avoid following the scientific method, preferring feelings and intuition above research. Now, this is not a very comfortable parallel for anyone to see, especially if they're in the New Age movement and they feel proud of being in the New Age movement. Now, I would say the next step would have to be to introduce an attitude which is basically a little more investigative. I mean, because of this parallel which I've drawn here, that fortifies my interpretation, which overlaps with the psychological and the spiritual, but is predominantly based upon natural science, but also with experiential experimentation into ESP, rather than sitting here and saying that, yeah, you know, angels and gods and demons will suddenly appear if you ask them to, or you will get the results of your, in inverted commas, magic ritual because it works. Because, you know, the use of the phrase "it works" is pathetic in this context. So, moving on to this rational way would be much more positive to anyone who's actually in the New Age movement, and will probably stop us from being seen as complete and utter losers and whack jobs. So we've got to state that experiences prove you can have an experience. All right, they're not necessarily proof of the nature of reality. We've got to try and make notes of how to get these experiences and the steps we went through to try and get there. And then more or less leave it at that. Anyway, just some thoughts for today. Comment, rate, subscribe, all the rest of that. Look forward to speaking to you again soon. Bye for now.